Caitlin. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, where I post every other day around noon Pacific Standard Time because I am over here in California. How are you guys doing? If you happen to be watching my videos and you're not already subscribed, don't forget to smash the subscribe and like button. If you are already subscribed, don't forget you can like, share, turn your post notifications on so you are aware of when I do post. You guys know I have my other channel, Caitlin Thinks. I'll put that up on the screen, where I just talk about my opinions and views on things going on social media, in the world, stuff like that. Go ahead and subscribe over there if you feel like it. And if you guys feel like following me on TikTok, I'll put that up on the screen as well. I want to try to get to 1,000 followers, but I don't know how that's going to go. We'll see. I want to go live over there and see what that's working with. So if you guys feel like following me, go for it. And you guys also know I'm trying to reach the watch time hour goal, and I can only do that with your guys' help, watching my videos, letting them play, showing your friends, all of that. It's literally what the title is, watch time hours. That's what I'm trying to reach. So if you guys feel like helping me with that, you are greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today is Monday. Today is Monday. And I wanted to go on TikTok and watch some of the stitches, I believe, to that one video. I'm sure you guys have seen it, where she goes, tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true. Those, okay? I wanted to listen to some of those, and I just bookmarked or favorited a few. I didn't listen to them. I just saw that they were a stitch to that one, and I chose it. So that's what we're gonna do today. I got my leduch. Oh, by the way, before I forget, happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out here. If you guys are subscribed to my channel, or if you guys are just watching, happy belated Mother's Day. You guys are so appreciated and loved, and your work and your job does not go unnoticed at all. I hope you guys had a very great Mother's Day and felt all the love, even though we should celebrate our mothers all the time, not just one day a year. So I got my leduch. All right, got my leduch. I'm going to give you guys a countdown to get your drinks, your snacks, your cobija, anything else you might need, and we're going to get right on into it, all right? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, you guys ready? You ready? Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true. I'll go first. When I was 8 years old, my family and I moved to a small town in the Midwest, and it was a farm town. It was built in like the early 1800s. I think it was part of like the Homestead Act or something. It was, had a bunch of acres, a barn that I burnt down. Like, it was an active.
She said a bar that I burnt down. Whoa, and she just skated over that. Damn, girl.
Farm back then. Lots of history. People definitely passed away on the property, that we knew for sure. And man, it wasn't like very obvious as a child. I was super intuitive, and I didn't know what to do with that intuition, so I naturally got a Ouija board. And of course, I dragged along my best friend and my sister. And
oh, bless your hearts. Oh, bless your hearts. Oh my God. Where were your parents?
A couple other times with a couple other friends on this Ouija board journey, where we would go and sit at the top of the stairs to the basement, and we would turn all the lights off and turn candles on, and then ask this thing questions, and it responded. And I don't tell people this story. It sounds psycho. The fact that other people are there to verify all of these things and validate gives me inner peace, but I don't tell people. But it worked. And unlike what I thought would happen when it would move, even when we'd lift all of our hands off of it, it's still moving, is how aggressively it moved. It wasn't gentle. It was like very sharp. And so much time would pass when we were in there talking to this entity as well. Like, we would think 10 minutes went by and it would be 2 hours.
Oh, hell no. You're losing. Oh my God. Just a fun fact for you guys. I have never done anything with like, my mom put the fear of Jesus in me I was not allowed to be doing that. I was not around to be around them. I was not around, like, at all. I was not allowed to be fucking around with that, and I never did. I still never will. My children no, we're not doing that. My best friend that I had in elementary, middle school, and high school, she had a Ouija board in the trunk of her car for the longest, and she was not allowed to come over to the house with the Ouija. Like, she was not allowed. My mom is not fucking around with that, so I have never experienced that, and I don't want to. And
like, insane. being little kids, we wanted to know questions and answers like, who are we going to marry when we grow up? Or how many kids are we going to have? Or just questions like that. And every single time we start, you know, it would give us answers at first, like, and it would tell us about itself. We would say, like, what's your name? And it would just say demon, D-E-M-O-N, like, over and over again. When we would ask questions about me, it would, at first it would, like, give us answers, and then it would just spell bitch repeatedly, B-I-T-C-H, B-I-T-C-H, B-I-T-C-H.
And you kept playing it, girl. What the? But, oh, my God.
Horrifying. Like, any question about me. Also, sorry if I seem lackluster. I already told this whole story and it deleted. It was so freaky. Also having, like, visuals of, like, hands reaching towards the planchette, like, in the candlelight flicker. This entity gave us details saying that it was, like, buried in the cemetery, a cemetery that was, like, local, like, the name was legit. It gave us, like, I think it either gave us a plot number or it was just, like, the last name. And we did go there, and what we found was crazy.
Absolutely not, dude. But how would that be a demonio if it was buried at a cemetery? Because demonios are like non-human, you know, they've never been human. So how could they be buried at a cemetery? But I don't know, dude. No, thank you. I'm straight. I am good.
A ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable, but is entirely true.
Trigger warning, I'm going to mention.
Oh my God, it's another. Okay. Everybody protect yourself.
I want to tell this full story because it's genuinely one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me. So when me and my husband bought our first house, things started to get weird very quickly, but it took about 2 years before it all came to a head. The first thing that I noticed is every morning when I woke up, even though I had tucked all the chairs into the kitchen table, one chair was always in the same chair. It was always taken out from the table and facing down the hallway, which was where all the bedrooms were. That happened for a while, and it took me a minute to pick up on the fact that it wasn't my husband doing it, and my husband picking up on the fact that it wasn't me. Then I started to walk down the hallway like at night, and I would see the chair facing me, and nobody's sitting in it, but in the reflection of the like window right beside the table, there was always an old man sitting in the chair.
Oh my God. Dude, that is one of my worst fears, is walking out in the middle of the night and fucking seeing somebody. Dude, I would literally, my bowels would give up. It would be a freaking mess. What do you mean? And what do you also mean that it took you a while to pick up that it was not your husband, and for your husband to pick up that it wasn't you? You guys weren't talking, you weren't asking, like, why the hell are you keep putting the one chair, like,
anything of it because he didn't seem to creep me out, like timelines passing, whatever. Then one night I'm having a dream, a sleep paralysis dream. So I'm like awake, but not really. And I see a shadow, a very tall, like 8 foot, very skinny shadow standing and leaning over my husband like this. He's sleeping. The next morning when my husband wakes up, I told him, like, I saw the craziest thing standing over you. I don't mean to scare you, but I saw something. And he was like, stop. Because I had a dream that I opened my eyes and there was nothing but like black staring at me. And then I told him what I saw. And like, I mean, you just like that kind of coincidence. A few months go by and then we're sitting in the living room, and this is a house that was built in the 60s. So we had this like big bay window in the living room, and we were on an acre, and basically all of that acre was our front yard. And we hear scratching on the front window, on the outside of the front window. And it wasn't anything like a raccoon, or it could have been anything like that. We were still in a neighborhood. And that just wasn't something we often saw. I mean, the front porch was literally like this big. I wouldn't even call it a porch. So me and him get kind of like uncomfortable and weird. We're like, let's go back to the bedroom. We go back to the bedroom and we lay down, and all of a sudden we hear such a loud bang. We thought that both of our bookshelves, we had like 8 foot tall bookshelves in our living room with we collect old books and like all the old National Geographics. We heard them fall, and both of our cats went running to the back of our house. They came running under our bed. And so we slammed the door. We start kind of like game planning, like, what do we do? What do we do? We're thinking somebody's in the house. They just like busted our door down, and the bookshelves fell, like something's going on. We get some protection and we go out to like see what's happening. Nothing was out of place.
Oh no, ma'am.
Nothing had fallen. Nothing. And we know we weren't crazy because our cats reacted.
Right.
Then I had a baby, and I brought her home, and
Oh my God, and you're bringing a baby into this situation? Oh my Lord.
Babies always stare and do weird stuff. But one of my first viral videos was her staring behind me like this. I had her on my knees, and she was looking behind me, and she's laughing and playing with something behind me. And as I pan the camera, you see white movement like right here. The video's on TikTok, so we can find it. I would say about a month after that,
I am so sorry. Absolutely. We gotta go. We can't live in this house anymore. Literally, I would rather live in a fucking cardboard box than live in, my kids, no.
her in her room at night. I was fully awake. I was not dreaming. I was not sleepy. Like, I'm full mom mode. I'm up. Her bedroom looked all the way down the hallway where that chair is facing me, as it has for the last 2 years that we lived there. And as I look up into the hallway, I see facing the corner, like looking into my bedroom, because her room's here and my bedroom's like here. So standing, looking into my bedroom where I'm in her bedroom, is a full-on hooved, extremely tall, horned. I immediately...
I was not prepared. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm getting itchy. I'm getting uncomfortable. What do you mean? I'm gonna cry. 'Cause, hoofs and horns. Bitch, you saw this in your house?
Praying. I immediately out loud start praying.
Me too.
And of course, this is at 3 a.m. So the next morning, I tell my husband, I saw something crazy. I'm getting out of here. And he said that he looked over on the monitor at about 3 a.m. and he saw something moving around in the bedroom. Mind you, this is when I was rocking her, and the monitor does not face the rocking chair. So I loaded up my baby. We went to a Catholic church, and I got christened. I got a christened cross, a christened blessing. I filled up a whole water bottle and 2 little Tupperware things of holy water.
That's right, girl. That's right. You better go and get all your supplies, because
I had an entire, the cross hanging on the entryway of our house. I walked around. I had one of my Catholic friends come over and bless our home. I walked around dousing holy water and praying over the entire house. I bathed my daughter in holy water.
That's right.
I bathed her in holy water.
That's right.
That's how much holy water I got. They probably thought that I was insane. And then every night before bed, I would bless her head, and I would bless every single one of, me and my husband, and every doorway in our house. After that, we never had another incident. To this day, it's one of the scariest things that has ever happened to me, and I still carry that cross around. It's about this big, but it comes with us no matter where we live, and it's always over the entryway that leads to our bedrooms.
That's right. That's right. Can you imagine, girl, oh my God. Can you imagine fucking seeing something like that? Because I can't. And knock on freaking wood that I never do, because I would just have a coronary. I would go and be with Jesus. I wouldn't have to worry about that shit anymore, because I would be passed on. I would be living in the after realm. I would be dearly deceased. Oh my God.
A ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable, but is entirely true.
Yeah, so I'll tell my story. If you're in my family, I probably wouldn't watch, because it's going to be slightly triggering. So when I was 24 years old, my mom passed away from stage 4 lung cancer.
Man.
She passed away, and the next night I got home from, arranging things and, just life when you lose somebody you care about, right? My husband had been at home with our small children at the time, and he had put them to bed, and I'm going to bed. I am exhausted. Can't even function or think, from going through all that we had just went through. I'm a little nervous to even say it out loud, because it seems like when I talk about it, something happens.
Say it, girl. That's how it goes. But just say it. Just come on. Get the one courage, because I got to hear it for the one time.
So, but I will share. So I'm in bed, passed out, asleep. My kids are most likely in a pallet on the floor next to the bed. And my husband, who is an insomniac, has trouble sleeping. He was in the bed next to me, probably watching TV or something. He said as he was laying there, he felt a vibration, like an energy vibration, like a ball of energy is the way he explained it, coming at him from across the... He said it happened so quickly, and as the ball of energy moved closer to him, a voice came out of it and said, "It's Mom."
Oh my God. Absolutely not, dude.
Like a whisper. Gives me chills just saying it. He said it was like a voice right next to him in his face, and it was like a puff of energy just came at. So my husband freaks out, starts shaking me awake, you know, freaking out from what had just happened. And he woke me up and he said, you know, this is what happened. I don't know. I know I'm not hearing things. It was so real. He was actually in tears because he was that afraid. He wasn't sure if it was my mom or, you know, at the time didn't know. So I woke up and I'm like, what? How did this happen? So I just said, Mom, if that's you, go to the light, you know, don't stay here on this planet, go towards the light.
Right, because why would you want, like, dude. I don't want, like, the most I want is, like, maybe come visit me in a dream or something, but please don't scare me. Please do not scare me.
So we're able to go back to sleep, and after that, it was like a doorway to activity had opened up in our house. My husband was home alone in the restroom, I'm sure showering, something, and bam, 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 knocking on the bathroom door. Nobody was home.
Ooh!
Me and my kids were gone. My kids were
I would never take a shower
at the
alone.
time. I have so awoken by my son one time that said, there's a little boy playing in my toy box in my bedroom. My daughter, later on, a few nights later, came out, 2 years old at the time, and drops the F-bomb. We don't cuss in front of our children, right?
Damn,
So
that's a bit aggressive. That's a little aggressive. And that's also why I don't take showers when my husband's not home, because who the fuck has time? Who has time? I don't have the time. I don't have the time. My great grandma, she told me some creepy stories about her taking showers alone, and like, no.
that from? She said, the man in my closet. A few nights later, me and my husband are laying on the couch, kids are asleep, just talking, you know, about things. And in the kitchen, just next to us, we hear two people having a conversation.
Dude.
Nobody was there. It was just me and him listening to these two people
Yes.
in our kitchen. It just escalated from there, got really scary. One night, the energy in our house was so heavy and thick, we actually left and went and stayed at my mother-in-law's house.
Ugh.
These things continue to happen all the time. Voices, sounds. It was just insane. And, you know, they started scaring my kids. I've seen these things in my house, and it started to really frighten my kids. And one night I just went off and told them they had to leave. This is my home, not their home. They're not welcome here, and this is a Christian home. And, you know, and I just went off, like yelling, screaming in my house, telling whatever it was to get out, that they are not welcome, and that this is my home, and I say that they're not welcome here.
That's right. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Like, you gotta get the hell on. Go to somebody else's house. I don't know. Go to the damn, hang out at the cemetery.
Forgot to mention, my husband happened to have an EVP recorder. It records electronic voice phenomenons. Him and his friends had went on like some ghost hunting adventures previously somewhere else, right? And so one night he decided to use the EVP recorder, and he asked, "Who's here?" He got a response, and it was the same voice saying, "It's Mom," several times, over and over again on the EVP recorder. When you listen to it, it gives you chills. It is very frightening, and yeah, it was on there. He played it back in real time, and he said he had to leave our house. Another time, he was in the bathroom taking a bath. Yes, my husband takes baths, so do I. And something spoke to him while he was in the bath. He literally jumped up out of the bathroom, whipped the towel around his waist. He still had soap all over him, bubbles. And he came running out, freaking out, because something literally spoke to him in the bathtub.
I mean, wouldn't anybody?
Yeah. Like I said, we eventually moved out of that house. The people that live in it now, have told us that they have experiences. Furniture
Damn,
movers.
dude. So they have experiences as well. That's crazy. That reminds me of my great grandma's house. Her house was haunted as fake, dude. Like, we experienced that. Me, my mom, and my dad, because I'm the oldest, we experienced stuff like that. In my great grandma's house, we would hear people having conversations all the time. Nobody was there. We would hear people talking. Like, it sounded like they were whispering right outside of our windows. And when we would get closer, like, it sounded like they would move away, like trying to lure you to come outside. Like, I saw things, I felt things. My mom was in the shower, and the shower was tiny. Like, I have no way to demonstrate to you guys. Like, this is the shower, right? Small. See Dobby's book? This is the shower, and it was a stand-in shower. My mom was in the shower, and she felt somebody get in the shower with her when there was literally no way that anybody could fit in the shower with you. She felt somebody get in the shower with her, and I was gone at my grandma and grandpa's house, and my dad used to work nights, so my mom was there alone. And that's the same thing she did. Wrapped the towel around her, and she ran all the way down to where I was at my grandma and grandpa's, barefoot, naked, in a towel at night, because she felt something get in the shower with her. So no, thank you. And we've never talked to the people who live in that house now, so I don't know if they've ever had experiences, but they've lived there for years, and it's still the same people. So I don't know, but I know how you feel. I know how you feel, Hannah, because damn, that's crazy. So that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Tell me your stories if you've had any stories like this. I would love to hear them. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Don't forget to smile and try to make somebody else smile. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right? Bye.